What's good, chat? Um, as you can tell by the title, I reached my subscriber goal. Um, and I just want to say I appreciate y'all for showing support. That shit does not go unnoticed. I know everybody say that, but I'm dead ass serious. Like 250, it's crazy. That 250 look good. Um, Next to my name, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna stream for that long because I'm in a little pain. Um, so yeah, I want to play Forza today, so I'm gonna play Forza. Um, I ain't gonna play for that long, and then I'm gonna make a couple. I'm gonna make a. I'm gonna react or watch some videos with y'all, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Um, what time is it? Yeah. So I'm gonna try to stream for an hour. Um, so I'm gonna have to keep the videos. It's gonna have to be under 20 minutes, like 20 minutes and under. So yeah, even though I think that might be difficult. Well, I could watch this one.
A storm.
I could watch this one, but I'll do that later after I finish with this. Uh, um, but yeah, I appreciate y'all for showing support. I just hit it, like I just hit that shit today, and I was in my room like I don't really like to show. I really don't know how to show my reaction online, but yeah, I really appreciate that. Alright, what card do I want to use? I'm gonna try to get this backstage pass. Since I'm close to getting a backstage pass. I'm 9 away. And I don't know what other one to do. Other than possibly this one. I'm gonna try to get that. Wait, what car was that? That's crazy how my I gotta fix my stream too because I keep getting a warning, a warning caution sign on my streams. So I might have to turn my bitrate down, but I don't know how to do that. So yeah, oh yeah, and I made a decision on what I want to do for FiveM, for GTA RP. For the ones that don't know, I'm going to, I'm going to, I'm going to join Chop City RP. I'm going to join tomorrow. So, so, yeah, I'm gonna join Chop City RP tomorrow. Try to get my whitelist. If I don't get, if I get my whitelist, if they ask me to fly in and get my whitelist, so I can get access to that server, I will be flying in tomorrow on stream, so y'all can see my first day. But yeah, I don't really know what I want to do other than that. So, oh, this is a little kick on top. No, let me do suspension first. I like the color on this already, so I'm not gonna change the color. And I'm going all-wheel drive, just because this car is not gonna be that quick. That supercharger sound good. Alright. I think I'm gonna be at a 800. So I can see my chat. Am I at it? Oh, no. I'm 3 away from being at an 8. Valves. Alright. I'm about to play one-handed too, so this is gonna be a difficult task for me right now. to this shit. Just like how they always like start pulling every time. There we go. About to take this brace off. Alright. I just took the brace off. See, I know it's getting serious. Once you take that brace off, that's how you know it's getting serious. that was hard as fuck. Is it just two? I got the backstage pass too. I don't know if I should get an M2 or what. Yeah, I got the backstage pass though. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's see. Let's see if I start over. What I'll do. What did he keep talking about at the end of his street? Let's try the truck. That shit ugly. Like real life, like, ugly as shit. I'll go over an hour now that I think about it. Well, yeah. How did I look at this one? don't like that car. The look of it and everything just ugly to me. Alright. Backstage. Or do I want this? Yeah, I'm getting this one. Let's see. This car is so good. Alright, I'll match this to my Jesco or Yesco. Wait, huh? It's kind of ugly, but that low key suits the car. Alright, those look kind of good on the car. We'll come back to those. I like these. That's crazy. Doing that. Okay. Let's see. It's a real job, yeah. I'm keeping it real job then. I'm not putting that ugly ass wing on here. I got it. Alright, let's go to my just go, right? Let's see. Baby blue and pink. This color looks better on this than okay. Should I do white rims on here? Oh, doing it. Brakes. Doing that. Save. There go my get a wheel spin from this. Bogus as hell. That's bogus as fuck. That's ugly. That's ugly as hell. Alright, I'm done. Alright, I'm done. Let's watch a video.
Rages, knocking out power to thousands.
Ow. Thanks to KB yesterday chat, I got copyrighted. So yesterday's stream is blocked in some territories. I ain't blaming him, but I'm blaming him. So yeah, I can't play no copyrighted music in this stream on YouTube. Now, when I do that album review in a week, then I ain't gonna give a fuck. I'll be streaming on Twitch about that shit with that album review though. Alright, my brace is back on.
Babe, what'd they tell you? Nothing. Okay, she was life flighted here. Yeah.
This is Natalie and John Shirilla, the parents of Mackenzie Shirilla. Just hours earlier, they were informed their daughter was involved in a devastating car accident and that she was transported by helicopter to the nearest hospital.
I never wish a fatal accident in that caliber on nobody. I hope she made it out alive.
However, what they're about to hear from this officer would change the course of their and Mackenzie's life forever.
Okay. No. You want to sit down? Please say this. There's progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. Who died?
Mackenzie's boyfriend, Dom Russo, as well as their friend Davion, were pronounced dead after the crash, making Mackenzie the suspect of a potential double murder. However, police had their doubts. Most assumed that this was simply the result of an innocent mistake on Mackenzie's behalf. But as the investigation would progress, dark and disturbing secrets would reveal this was clearly much more than just an accident.
Dom, if you do not open, you think I'm joking.
What do you mean?
You know that's exactly what I mean. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
She was crazy. Damn.
17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla, her 20-year-old boyfriend Dominic, and their friend Davion are on their way to a high school party. With Mackenzie's 18th birthday in just 2 days, the group has decided to go out and celebrate. But what seems like a normal night out will in a few hours turn into one of Ohio's most disturbing mysteries. At around 2 a.m., Mackenzie and Dominic are seen smoking at the party. And at one point, Mackenzie reportedly offers the host of the party psychedelic mushrooms. This was unlike Mackenzie, as her friends had never seen her use the substance before, let alone pass them around. At 3:30 a.m., the group leaves the party and drives to another friend's place across town. There, they hang out for a little over an hour watching South Park. By 5 a.m., Mackenzie decided it was time to go home. Strangely, she asked to drive instead of Dominic. This was unusual, but Dominic agreed. Additionally, when Davion asked for a ride, Mackenzie refused to let him in the car. After an argument, Dominic convinced her to take Davion home. All 3 of them would get in the car, sealing their own fate. At the intersection between Pearl and Progress Drive, CCTV spots the car making a turn off course from Davion's house. Instead of driving along Pearl Drive, the car turns onto Progress Drive, a road that ends abruptly with a brick wall. CCTV would spot the car rapidly start accelerating, going from a calm 30 to over 90 miles per hour. In the very last seconds, an intense turn would take place, leading the car to narrowly avoid slamming into a tree. But it would be too late, and the car would speed into the brick wall.
Oh.
The crashed car would remain undiscovered for 45 minutes, until 6:15 a.m. when a passerby on a motorcycle would discover the destroyed vehicle. About 10 minutes later, law enforcement would arrive, and through their body cams, we can witness the horrific discovery they would make.
Hold on, chat. I ain't gonna lie, try to record that, but I ain't like it, so give me 1 second.
No one's breathing. Bust that window out.
Alright.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
Oh my god. Who can hear my voice? Who's in here? Drivers! Radio, Hey! This is bad, guys. She's alive. We gotta get her out. Here, alright. You jumping and lock this door.
Let me see your knife. Let's cut this thing out. There you go. I don't feel anything. I don't feel a pulse.
She's breathing. I saw her stomach. Her stomach's moving.
Oh yeah, yeah,
We got 2 that are gone.
yeah.
Okay. Jesus Christ. This is the worst I've ever seen. How old is Dominic Russo? 17? 19? Rest in peace, buddy.
Inside the car, officers quickly confirmed 2 victims as deceased, 20-year-old Dominic in the front passenger seat and 19-year-old Davion in the back. But one person has survived, the driver, Mackenzie Shirilla. As medics and firefighters rush to tend to the victims, investigators begin trying to understand how such a devastating crash could have happened. That's when they start uncovering alarming details.
It looks like they even went off the road up there.
They did.
But I mean, if you're hitting a building that hard, I just can't believe all the people that work up here, that are up here all night long, no one heard.
They're in factory type settings.
Yeah, well,
And it's dark over there.
that's insane though. Once they get her out, I'll go over to this building because I think there's a camera on the front of that building. I don't know if it's working, but I can always ask.
As authorities work to save Mackenzie, the man who initially called 911 to report the incident arrives on the scene to give his side of the story.
Appreciate you giving us a call.
Yeah. Someone in it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So.
That's a bummer. I didn't want to get stuck, and I'm like, I ain't fucking. I don't know what's going on.
Right. No, I appreciate you giving us a call. Absolutely appreciate it.
They fucking were hitting it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because I saw that front end.
They definitely hit it hard.
Fucking
So.
destroyed.
Right.
All right. Well, what a way to start your Sunday. I guess better than theirs. Huh?
Right. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
All I know is her healing process. That shit hurts. That I know her healing process. It hurt like the first couple months of that shit. Her whole body aching. I'm speaking from experience. Damn.
Officers would file the crash as an accident, stating that the driver appeared to have attempted to steer off course but was unable to regain control. Mackenzie was diagnosed with a condition known as POTS, which can cause dizziness and fainting, something officers believed may have contributed to the crash. The presumption was that a combination of Mackenzie's medical condition and drug use had likely led to the tragic crash. However, one detail worried officers. There were no signs of braking anywhere, and officers would soon begin to discover why.
I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him.
She was scared that she was going to make him crash the day before the actual crash.
So I feel like that's what she was trying to do, was crush the car into the wall.
As police continue gathering evidence from the crash site, one officer heads to the hospital to speak with Mackenzie's parents. At this point, all they know is that their daughter was in a serious accident.
Oh, God, help me. What'd they tell you?
Nothing.
Okay, she was life flighted here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Okay. No. You want to sit down?
Oh my God.
Wait to say this. There's progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving.
Who died?
I don't know whether, but there's one that we don't know. His name's Jacob. Does anyone know Jacob?
Dom?
No, stop. Let him talk.
Guys, I know, we've been dealing with this. Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her, okay? Your daughter's alive, okay? Your daughter's alive. She was driving the vehicle, okay?
Who's that? Jacob and who?
I think, what's the name you said?
Dom?
Might be.
Oh my God.
Stop.
What's his relation to you?
My boyfriend.
Okay, yeah, then Dom was in the car.
Stop. What? Are you kidding me?
It's right now, it's an ongoing investigation. Speed is definitely a factor. So are drugs.
Dom is dead? Dom is dead? Is that what you're saying to me? Look at me. Is Dom dead?
There's no easy way for me to say anything right now, man.
Dom,
This is a serious situation.
Dom with curly. It's the same Dom. Maybe it's a different Dom. It could be a different Dom. Might be a different Dom.
What's that?
Does she know about their third?
No, not at all. We're gonna keep it that way for. Okay, she's getting worked on now. Okay. Full transparency here. There's drugs in the car. She had a bag of mushrooms on her and a scale. Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, I'm ripping the band-aid off. Okay. Drugs in the car.
So she was awake, but not awake. So she was like that.
In and out of consciousness.
My name is Cecilia. I'm a mom.
That's crazy, bro. Don't do drugs, people. Like, don't do drugs, bro. Don't even drink, honestly. And that's coming from a person that used to drink religiously every fucking weekend. Don't drink. As time go on, like if you are drinking right now and you challenging yourself to be sober for X amount of time, or if you get forced into being sober for a long ass period of time, I can't speak on everybody, but I do know that myself, I was kind of forced to become sober, because I had surgery on my arm, and the surgery, like, after I got cleared, I was kind of scared to drink, and I'm still kind of scared to even take a sip of alcohol, because, yeah, I don't want to fall on my arm that I had surgery on, because my right arm is very, very sensitive. Like, my knuckle, like, I can't even, like, knock on the, like, I can't do this or even knock on the door with any of my knuckles on my right arm, on my right hand, without the shit hurting. So yeah, as time went on, I realized that people who drink alcohol just do it just to fucking do it at this point. It's hard to explain, like, what am I trying to say? You, like, if you're sober and you've been sober for more than a year, like, you come to realize that, like, drinking just to do certain shit is uncalled for. Me, from experience, whenever I used to drink, alcohol used to make me turn my anxiety off, and it allowed me to be able to be free-spirited, but now that I've stopped drinking, I've come to realize that being outside with people who love to drink, who drink religiously more than going to church, and that's sad, isn't it? So, that shit is unattractive. Once you get to a certain point, once you get drunk, once you reach your limit to where you're drunk, it makes you look ugly. You could be the most beautiful woman in a room, get drunk, and you slowly turn into one of the most ugliest women or men in the room. Point blank. Like, so don't drink, don't do drugs. And drugs, on the other hand, yeah, same with drugs, but I never did anything. Like, I never smoked weed or did mushrooms or shrooms. So I can't speak from that. I can't speak on that. I can only speak on my experience with drinking. So yeah, but don't do drugs unless they're prescribed to you, or you have a really bad headache and you can't get rid of it. That's the only time that you could take drugs, but other than that, don't do them. It's pointless, and it harms you in the long run. So yeah, don't do it.
Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. Okay. Drugs in the car.
So she was awake, but not awake, so she was like not
In and out of consciousness. Should be fully extracted from the vehicle. IFD.
What?
In and out of consciousness. Should be fully extracted from the vehicle. IFD. I know she has a severe leg injury. But like I said, she was speaking, and she had her seatbelt on.
Mackenzie was the only one in the car wearing a seatbelt, which was why she was the sole survivor. If her intention had been suicide, it's unlikely she would have taken that precaution. This detail would later become important to the investigation.
Yeah, that probably saved her life. 100% saved her life.
She had a seatbelt on.
I don't believe the others did.
Mackenzie's parents would take the news relatively well, relieved their daughter had survived.
And wear a seatbelt. Wear a fucking seatbelt. Oh my god. That shit just gave me a flashback. So.
But officers now faced a much harder task, telling Dominic's parents. Remember, at this point, they didn't even know their son had been in an accident, let alone that he had passed away.
Hi, Christine. Hey, can I talk to you real quick? Yeah. There was an incident that we believe Dominic may be involved.
What?
Both Davion and Dominic are deceased.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Christine.
Wait, no,
Christine.
Sit down.
Oh God!
Just sit down. Oh my God! Go ahead, take a seat. So,
you know what time it happened?
No, we don't. Right now, what we do know 100% is somebody called it in, somebody passing by at around 6:15, 6:30.
Oh, then what? The car was just smashed somewhere?
Yeah, so what it appears that happened is they were going westbound on Progress from Pearl Road. They went...
Right here in Strongsville?
Yeah, in Strongsville. That business that's right on Alameda, right where Progress ends, that's dead ends right there. They hit that building. They hit the sign out front, and then they hit the building.
Did they fall asleep at the wheel or something?
Don't know.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
So 2 kids are dead, my son's dead, another kid's dead, and the girl's in the hospital?
She's in surgery right now.
Oh my God, huh, Chris?
I mean, another family member or friend or anybody that you might want us to call on your behalf?
No. This is a fucking nightmare. Hey, somebody called in at 6:30 in the morning?
Between 6:15
6:15, 6:30, yeah.
Came upon it, passing it by.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is fucking horrible. She was in her car?
It was in Mackenzie's car, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is she naked or you guys don't know?
We right now we don't know. She's in surgery right now, so we don't know. So.
What a fucking nightmare.
3 weeks would pass, time that Mackenzie would spend in the hospital recovering. Her condition would improve significantly, eventually allowing her to leave and return to her normal life. The community mourned the tragic loss of Dominic and Davion, and expressed sympathy for Mackenzie, who had just gone through the trauma of losing both her boyfriend and a close friend. But soon, strange things about Mackenzie would start to surface. In the weeks that followed, it seems Mackenzie thought everyone concluded the crash as a tragic accident and nothing further. Mackenzie would never attend Dominic or Davion's funerals. On social media, she would brag about her drug use, claiming she could, quote, do more drugs than anyone and still live. And then, on October 31st, 2022, Mackenzie would go to her first party since the crash, and her costume for the night would be a detailed corpse with fake blood smeared across her mouth. Mackenzie's parents even went public to defend her outfit, saying she, quote, deserved to have some fun after the accident. There also appeared to be a mysterious source of income. Mackenzie was spending thousands of undocumented dollars on designer clothing, and she wasn't hiding it either, openly bragging about it online. But lucky for Mackenzie, this strange behavior still wasn't enough for police to launch a full investigation. However, that would all change when Dominic's family came to the police with a video taken from Dominic's phone. A clip recorded just 10 days before the crash, one that would change everything. But before we get to that, I want to tell you about the best earbuds apps. One problem with that. Raycon, make sure if you run out of case. Go to Now, let's get back to what the investigators uncovered. At this point, officers already had a growing list of suspicions about Mackenzie, but it would be one video submitted by Dominic's parents and filmed by Dominic himself just 10 days before the crash that would turn the entire case on its head.
Dom, if you do not open, you think I'm joking. You think I'm joking. Like, I'm dead ass. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
This was a short snippet from a 15-minute video where Mackenzie clearly and continuously threatens Dominic. But this wasn't all. Dominic's family would show even more disturbing material, including text messages confirming she had threatened to kill Dominic. This was enough for officers to reopen the case, now investigating it as a planned double homicide.
At this point, this is a homicide investigation, and so we are trying to show that she intentionally drove the car into the wall.
Shortly after the investigation began, police would begin interviewing several of Mackenzie Shirilla's friends, family members, and individuals from the community. This would prove to be very insightful.
Long shifts, unpredictable hours. We know that finding healthcare coverage shouldn't be a...
Officers would first bring Tyler, Mackenzie's former boyfriend, in. Unfortunately, his accounts would only serve to deepen their concerns.
You understand, you're not under arrest.
Yeah.
You walk out anytime you want. We have approximately 10 questions that we wanted to ask you. How long were you guys in a relationship, you and her?
Well, we were all friends in a friend group at first. I ended up dating her for a little bit, probably over the summer. I was only dating her for probably a month and a half or 2 months, and then me and Dom found out that she was cheating on us basically, but it wasn't anything official, so it wasn't a hard feelings with whatever happened. I just kind of was after me and Dom found out about that, we didn't have no problems with each other or nothing, but they were on and off, and I kept on talking to her still while they were on and off, because we were all still in the friend group and stuff. So, and then we kind of just stopped being intimate, you know what I'm saying? We were just friends.
So, describe the relationship. What was it? What was she like as your girlfriend?
I don't really have much with her relationship wise because we didn't date that long, but friend wise, she was crazy.
She like mentally just not all there? I mean,
Yeah, I don't think she's just mentally all there. Like, I personally feel like she was trying to kill herself in that crash, and she failed on doing so.
Why did Dom put up with this? Do you know?
I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. She has told people that she's put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her. That she had like grabbed a piece of his hair, and that she had a doll in her room for Dom, and that she had literally put a spell on him. Is what she would tell everyone. And, like, she truly believed in that kind of stuff, and she also uses the pendulum, I know too, to try to get answers. She tries to use it now to talk to Dom.
Do you think Mackenzie has it in her to drive a car into a wall? I mean, if you guys speculate that she did it on purpose, do you think she has it in her?
I feel like if she thinks that she can just drive the car into the wall and not feel nothing, you know, like, I feel like the only reason she survived is because of how small she is. Like, I feel like she got insanely lucky, but at the same time not lucky to have survived that, because it's like she killed 2 people if that was what she was trying to do. But it's like I feel like that's what she was.
Like, she's skinny like Ariana Grande.
Trying to do was crash the car into the wall.
By now, a far darker picture of Mackenzie's actions was beginning to take place. This is when 2 friends who had attended the party would come forward to police, claiming they had evidence that, in their view, proved the crash was no accident at all.
I just want to show you.
Oh, no, explain it.
So this is when they were going down Progress Drive, and then you know how there was like tire tracks before it, like on that side grass? So that's the sign.
That's when it hits the sign.
And then that's where she curved exactly right on.
Gotcha.
Missed those 2 rocks and went right into the sign, the side of it. She went right into that wall.
Right.
No, so you can see like the hard braking was right at the wall, and then her high speed
was after the hard braking.
Was 90 miles per hour.
It looks like the person in the front seat tried to turn the wheel because of the fact they were going to go straight into a wall. And it doesn't say she heart broke once. It was 90 miles per hour down that whole road. And I also think because of Kenzie's and Dominic's history, that they were fighting. I think Davion went on his phone to distract himself from the fighting. Although they were on drugs, they can also still be fighting with being on drugs.
While the statements were deeply concerning, investigators still didn't have enough concrete evidence to determine Mackenzie's intent. Without a documented pattern of behavior, it was still possible the crash had been a drug-induced accident. But that changed during an interview with Dominic's brother, who provided detectives with crucial information about Dominic and Mackenzie's turbulent relationship. The following video includes talk of self-harm. Viewer discretion is advised.
She mentioned that anytime Dom would kind of want to break up with her, she kind of would go crazy. Describe crazy, like what kind of crazy?
Like, there is times where she called Dom and said, if you break up with me, I'm going to word for word. There was an instance literally a couple days before the crash that she was hitting him on the highway while driving, and he had to pull his car over on the side of the highway, not in a very safe parking spot either, and have somebody else come pick them up and drive the car home because he was scared that she was going to make him crash. And that was just prior to the day before the actual crash.
Apparently, just days before the crash, Mackenzie had threatened Dominic's life, saying she would crash the car they were in. Dominic's brother continued the interview by giving officers a compelling motive for why the crash may have been intentional.
If you're going 94 miles an hour, you don't have a very fast car to begin with. You were stomping that gas pretty much that whole entire time. There's no brake marks on the street at all. Even before the hit, you would think that some type of instinct would kick in and you'd slam on the brakes. But to my knowledge, she went straight into it. Off of what I know and off my assumptions, Dom tried to break up with her multiple times, even in July. It kept not like working out, whatever. They kept making back up. Kenzie's known to be the kind of person that she's let us know she will never let go of Dom. And if she has to let go of Dom, she will not go on living herself. She's pretty much let that be known.
Mackenzie's actions after the crash were also of concern to police. On August 6th, only a week after the incident, police would be called to Mackenzie's house by her father. There, he would make concerning statements. While there is no footage of the incident, the officer that was called out would retell the strange incident in an interview.
Sarge, I want to ask you first about August 6th, if you recall. That's the day you guys were dispatched to
Mackenzie Shirilla room. Can you tell me about that day?
So we were dispatched up to the room for a disturbance. Once we arrived up on the room, she was upset with her dad. We asked the dad to step out, and we're trying to calm him down, and he's like, you guys probably know who I am. At one point in the conversation, he's like, I feel like my daughter needs a psych evaluation. And he's like, because she's not, thinking clearly, and word for word what he said, I don't recall every word that he said. He was pretty hysterical, he was pretty upset. She was upset with her dad because, she wanted to leave to go to the funerals.
During this interaction, it became clear that Mackenzie was deeply upset with her father. Despite creating a shrine for Dominic, regularly posting on his Facebook memorial page, and wearing his clothes, her father hadn't allowed her to attend Dominic's funeral. It appeared that Mackenzie was truly mourning his death. But around this time, police managed to gain access to her phone. What they uncovered didn't just explain her mysterious source of income.
Fuck, she got the same car. But anyway, I feel like once she goes to court, they're gonna try to use the psycho or the crazy card, or try to pin it on a mental thing. But you dealing with a lot of mental shit doesn't exclude you from a double homicide.
It also hinted at something far more disturbing. After decrypting Mackenzie's phone, investigators discovered several photos of her posing with large sums of cash, despite having no documented job or known source of legitimate income. They also found fake IDs, seemingly intended to help her pass as an adult. But most concerning was a Snapchat conversation dated July 22nd, 2022, in which Mackenzie quoted $1,000 for pictures and $2,500 for an in-person meeting to do, quote, anything you want. Taken together, the materials painted a deeply troubling picture. On
And she was an eater too? Oh my god.
top of this, her phone revealed numerous examples of reckless driving. Videos showed her speeding, smoking marijuana behind the wheel, recording Snapchats while distracted, crashing during a practice run and laughing about it, letting go of the steering wheel, and even bragging about driving recklessly. But in November, detectives would discover evidence far beyond any reasonable doubt. After analyzing Mackenzie's phone location data, investigators were able to retrace her movements in the days leading up to the crash. That's when they made a dark discovery. Just days before the incident, Mackenzie had driven down the exact same road 7 times, heading straight towards the same brick wall. She had practiced the route.
Great news!
Officers believed they had gathered enough evidence to prove Mackenzie had planned the murders. On November 4th, 2022, more than 3 months after the incident, officers were dispatched to arrest 18-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla.
Where's she?
Right back there, pal.
Hi, Mackenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Jesus. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key?
I thought it was a homeless house. I'm my bad.
Key, please.
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it.
No, bitch, don't cry now. Don't cry now. Everything you did in that dark came to light.
Recording. Mounted. Wi-Fi connected.
Stand right by that black mat.
What's your first name? Okay, Mackenzie, I'm gonna take your handcuffs off. I need all the jewelry and everything from off, okay?
I can't wear any of it.
No, I need you to take it off while you're in the jail right now.
Mackenzie's parents would soon find out about her arrest and immediately drive to the police station and desperately confront the police. But it would all be too late.
I need to speak to my daughter because you guys aren't allowed to speak to her at all. That's from the lawyer. How you guys did this on the weekend is just, well, all you do is go, hey, there's a warrant for her. We would have brought her right down here with no problem. But she hit it. Unbelievable. I mean, she's 18.
So the warrant was issued today. So
well, you could have made a phone call, couldn't you? You had your creeper out in front of my yard watching.
So, she can't take any, she's an adult, she can't take any phone calls right now.
Okay, well, I still need to speak to my daughter so she understands whoever, not to say anything to you guys. I
Whoever
mean,
was-
BFPD had to roll out the whole mess to pick up an 18-year-old girl who could hardly walk out of a hospital visit. It's just beyond me.
So we follow the law, and that's what we're doing today.
Am I going to be allowed to have a 2-minute conversation with her?
You cannot talk to her while she's here.
Why doesn't she get a phone call? If you arrest her, why don't she get a phone call?
She was just brought in. They're going to process her. As soon as they get the time for her to make a phone call, she will be able to make a phone call.
She's a lawyer. She does have a lawyer.
She is 18 years old and she could speak that.
Yeah, but she's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18.
Well,
and these guys are going to take advantage of her. She's not allowed to speak to you guys. I'm telling you that.
her
from
attorney
lawyer.
can call us.
Don't ask her any questions. She's not allowed to speak.
Her parents don't want Mackenzie to talk and demand a lawyer is present. Mackenzie is going to need that lawyer, as she's going to have to face the consequences of her actions in a court of law. She's tried as an adult and decides not to be tried by jury, leaving her fate to a judge. Despite the defense's claims that she lost consciousness, the evidence against her proves this claim was a lie, and the prosecution believes she crashed the car as an easy way out of the relationship. The judge agreed, and on August 14th, 2023, Mackenzie's fate was finally sealed.
This is the type of evidence you can never unsee. You can never forget the visual or audio of this exhibit. It is chilling and tragic. As you review that exhibit, you know that you are watching the oncoming deaths of two people, and there is nothing that will stop it. Exhibit 802 crystallizes the deadly decision-making of the defendant. She morphs from a responsible driver to literal hell on wheels as she makes her way down the street. The mission was death. Mackenzie alone decided to push the pedal to the floor and demand the ultimate speed of that vehicle to 90 to 100 miles per hour. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day, and she alone made that decision for Dominic and Davion, and she continuously acted in a manner to achieve her purpose. In the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022, her purpose was to kill Dominic Russo and Davion Flandin. Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
On August 14th, Mackenzie was found guilty on 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, 1 count of drug possession, and 1 count of possessing criminal tools. She's facing 15 years to life and is currently being held in the Ohio Reformatory for Women. Her first opportunity for parole will come in October of 2037.
Damn.
Today I may not.
Damn. Damn, bitch, you're really cooked. You're cooked. But rest in peace to them guys, though. They didn't deserve that. Don't nobody deserve to die. But yeah, rest in peace to them. I'm trying to decide whether I want to end now, because I do got to upload, and I am posting tomorrow, or if I want to watch one more. So let's see. Yeah, No, that's crazy. That's a crazy thumbnail. I don't know why, but my YouTube been doing that all day, even on my phone.
So we are back with another episode. My wife has decided she wants to get in on some more supercar action. She has her Huracan Sterrato at the moment. She's decided she doesn't want it anymore. Here's my wife. She wants a supercar. It has to be a
Ferrari.
What color?
Black.
Where's that accent?
Italian.
Okay, so time to find my wife a black Ferrari. So Camille has a very avid history as a car enthusiast. She originally started with her regular cars, her Mercedes-Benz C-Class, her BMW 4 Series, and then she upgraded to a Bentley Continental W12 with a straight pipe exhaust. Yeah. I told her that car wasn't appropriate and she changed it to the newer model of the car, the V8, and she enjoyed that way more. It was a lot more modern and it gave her the performance she wanted. However, she wanted to then graduate into supercars, and that ended up being a Huracan Sterrato. However, she's had the Huracan Sterrato now for about 2 years. She likes it, but she doesn't absolutely love it. So now she's in her Ferrari era. We have the 812 Superfast, we have the Ferrari SF90, and we have the Ferrari Purosangue. However, she wants her very own Ferrari now, so we start our Ferrari hunt here. All right, looking at Ferraris right now. We've got a Ferrari in Romans. I have a good relationship with Romans. Camille doesn't like the Pista shape the most. I said, what shape Ferrari do you like the most? She went, oh, the one I showed you in that video. The video was this video of a Ferrari SF90, which we already own.
This may be the last ad.
That's crazy. It's crazy to have a wife that's into cars, that's into gaming, all of that. Like, that's a dream of mine.
It's a very nice shape.
Yeah,
very nice shape.
But do you want another SF90?
No, I think we should try. We should try the whole spectrum.
Yeah,
of Ferrari.
my issue with the SF90 is, A, you can't put a child seat in there, which is
no
really annoying.
ISOFIX.
And there's no luggage. You can't put any luggage. So if you want to go anywhere, like even going to the shop with the SF90 was a hassle. But I think Pista is good for two reasons. It's a beautiful looking car in my opinion, and also high resale value. The prices have hovered around this for the last 4-5 years.
The shape of the lights I don't like.
I hear it looks old. I love the design of the 488 Pista. Camille isn't really a fan. She thinks it looks dated, which I tend to agree with. However, the Ferrari 488 Pista has a strong residual value. How long that's going to go on for, or if they're going to creep up in price, I don't know. But it's definitely on the cards from my perspective. There is the F8 Tributo, which is another car. They didn't make many F8 Tributos. However, they're harder to find. What have they got? We've got a black one here. That's in Ferrari Colchester, which is in Essex. It is a nice looking car.
F8.
This is basically, it came out after the Pista. It has a lot of Pista engineering in it, but it's more comfortable, more relaxing. We looked at this one in person. This one was a European Prestige, and I really like this car. I really, really like this car. It sounded absolutely insane. The Ferrari F8 Tributo is a modern version of the Ferrari 488. It's a slightly changed design, slightly changed powertrain, and different driving dynamics. However, due to regulations, the car isn't as loud or as aggressive as the 488 was. That means that this car will be more of a slip-by cruiser, which I think is something that she would like. Alternatively, we have the 812 GTS, which is a bit of a wild card. We had an 812 before. Did you like the 812?
Mm-hmm.
It was a more usable car, right? It
was a vibe.
I think this is a pretty car, and I think that, again, strong residual values because the 12 cylinder is so expensive. However, this car can be quite sketched to drive, but when you put Michelin rubber on there, I hear it improves the car. My friends at European Prestige have a black 812 with like a full Novitec kit on it. Wow, look at that.
I love this.
With the Novitec wheels.
I love that.
Oh my God.
I'd sat in PPF that instantly, bruv.
This is sick.
That's amazing.
The Ferrari 812 Superfast, another Ferrari that we've had before. However, in this Novitec form, it gives the car a bit of pizzazz. And it also looks a bit more low-key than the Blue Electrico Ferrari we had previously, especially with the tailor-made painted stripes and painted shields. However, the Novitec kit just gives this car a bit more. It makes it a lot more aggressive. And through Camille's initial response to it, I think this is something that she's going to love. Unfortunately, I can't get my hands on one today, but we thought of a plan to get a driving one right now. You'll see how she'll get to drive it in a minute. Pista 812 F8.
F8.
296 GTS? I like the 296. Wow, look at this.
This looks like a Gemera.
It does look like a Gemera, yeah.
The
199. What a deal. And then there's the 296 GTB/GTS. I've driven this car, she's driven this car, we love it. The 296 is a car that has got a lot of flack from enthusiasts because of its V6 hybrid powertrain. However, is one of the most engaging driving Ferraris I've ever experienced. It's almost like putting on a glove. The car just seems to fit around you. Okay, which one do you actually prefer?
Do you know what? I think a big part of this is I need to see them, sit in them, look at them. I want it to feel really special. I want it to have something.
Let's go look at some cars. We'll go to Romans because I have a really good relationship. And then potentially we'll try to go to European Prestige. If not today, another day. To the Batmobile. So like I said, the cars on the table are the Ferrari F8 Tributo / F8 Spider, the Ferrari 296 GTB / GTS, the Ferrari 488 Pista / Pista Spider, and there's also a wild card with the Ferrari 812 Superfast. And for some reason, Camille really wants a Ferrari SF90, even though we already have a Ferrari SF90. We're heading down to Romans now. Camille's going in the Huracan Storato. I'm going in the Urus. Hopefully we can leave it there and leave with a Ferrari. Let's see what happens.
That wasn't that loud on the camera.
That's stunning, babe. What is this one?
SF90.
I keep wanting an SF90. We literally had one already, but I just think the shape of it is so nice.
Let's go look at the Pista outside. In person, this looks gorgeous. Rossa Fuoco, and then also I thought this was just a gloss, but it's metallic as well on the stripe.
That is really nice.
It is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So the Ferrari 488 Pista is basically the hardcore version of the Ferrari 488. Ferrari introduced it a few years ago. It wasn't a limited number car, but it was a limited production one car. I'm not sure how many there are in the world, but there's definitely a lot. Do you like the car? I think it looks good.
I like the vibe of it, but as I said to you at home,
like the lights.
I do not like these lights. There's something about this that I just can't connect with.
I hear you.
I think it's nicer from the back. It's got a nice ass, but I ain't keen on the front.
So we've took to the Ferrari Pista. Camille, currently, what would you score the styling of the car?
Anytime I'm coming through.
That's crazy. Damn, this is my second time on stream. Like, first time on this stream, but like overall, like my second time streaming while I'm yawning.
If it's COVID.
5.
5. So that's about a C. So Camille gives the Ferrari 488 Pista a C in terms of design. Performance-wise, I would give the car a A-, and then residual-wise, I would give the car also an A-. So let's round the car up and say a strong B+ for the Ferrari 488 Pista. Let's look at an SF90 that they have inside. Even though we already have one, I guess we're just here again.
I mean, Tommy just set off the alarm.
Not bad.
This is
So we're sitting in the SF90 Spider. We already have an SF90 Stradale. This is nice though. The space on top really makes it feel really, this is such a cool car, man. Makes you miss the SF90.
It does.
Oh,
It's really nice.
What a nice car.
It just has a presence about it, doesn't it?
It does, it does.
Do you like the interior?
I love the SF90 interior.
Does it make you feel like I want a red one now?
We already have a red, we literally have a red SF90 already. What is going on? My issue with the SF90 is you can't put a child seat in the front, limiting the ability to go out with our kids, and also the fact that there's no space for storage whatsoever. The Pista has a better residual value. It's more functional because you can put stuff in the front, but this is sensational. What would you rate this in terms of look?
This is a strong 9, man.
In terms of the SF90, Camille gives the design a solid A. Performance-wise, I would also give the SF90 an A-. It's got the straight line speed and it's got the comfort that you need when you need it. Residual value-wise, however, I would give the SF90 a C-, if not a D. So my Ferrari dealer sent me this car, which is essentially what the car is now. Matte black convertible.
That's so nice. I love the calipers. I love everything. Do you know what I was thinking when it's thick as well? If you do the stripe down the middle, wrap it satin and keep the stripe in gloss. See, I've got taste.
So we continue the search.
You like 296?
I love 296, yeah.
I think that'll be a good shout.
But a really cheap one. Really cheap.
That's what I'm saying. They are such good value.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get very early 200s, like a tiny mileage.
Maybe 296.
296. Should we look at that next then?
Yeah, let's look forward to 296. So at the moment we've considered the Ferrari 488 Pista, the Ferrari SF90 and the Ferrari F8 Tributo. It looks like all those three are out of the picture. I understand that although the Pista has great residual value, it's one of the more expensive cars. SF90, we've already owned one. Would it make sense to get another? And also, they are hard to sell. F8 Tributo is getting to the end of the period where Ferrari provide free servicing for 7 years. So eventually they will drop down even more, and then you're gonna have to worry about things like maintenance. So the list has been shortlisted to the Ferrari 296 GTB or GTS, with the GTS being the convertible version, and the Ferrari 812 Superfast. But now we have found a 296 that I think looks great. Camille thinks it looks great.
Yeah.
It's not too loud in terms of color. I think this color actually suits the car. It's not the GTS, but paying £50,000 more for a convertible roof, would you use it that much? No. And if you ever wanted that, you can upgrade. So I think this would actually be a great car to have. It's $199,000, making it one of the cheapest 296s.
That's euros. Let's see. Chat, do y'all see that number? Rounded up $22,000 USD for a hybrid, for the one that they saw in the video, a hybrid V6 Ferrari for USD and USD. What the fuck? The car that I drive outside is $11,000 more than that? No. Either $11,000 or $12,000 more than that. That's crazy.
On the market at the moment. But before we go there, let's revisit the 812 Superfast. So behind me on this wonderful garage screen, we have what is the 812 Superfast. This one is down at our friends at European Prestige, where we got the 918 from. Now, this 812 Superfast, it may not be as high a spec as the 812 Superfast we had before. However, it's fitted with the Novatec, full Novatec kit. So that comes with the Novatec exhaust and the Novatec aero kit. So it gives you this spoiler on the rear. It lowers the car. You get the Novatec wheels, Novatec diffuser. It makes it look a lot more aggressive. Camille, what do you think?
I love it.
Now, the only issue with the 812 Superfast is that drivability is a bit of a sketch one. You have 800 horsepower going to the rear wheels alone. The traction control system is designed to encourage sliding and encourage spirited driving, so it makes the car a bit challenging. So what I'm going to do is get Camille in the simulator, stick her in an 812 Superfast, and see if she can do a lap of Silverstone. Not necessarily a fast lap, but just a lap without crashing. So now Camille is in the hot seat. She's going to take the 812 Superfast around the track, but what I want Camille to do is to take it easy and just cruise. See if she likes the car, because this is pretty similar to how the car feels normal car.
She enjoying herself.
Nice save.
Okay, here we go.
Wait, brake harder than that, harder than that. Oh my, take your hands off the wheel, take your hands off the wheel. Oh no. And there goes Camille's 812 Superfast.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we shouldn't get this car.
296 it is. So Camille had to go on the simulator, Alma had to go on the simulator. They both struggled with the 812. The simulator is hard, it's not really fair. What I really want to do is get Camille driving at 812 and get Camille driving a 296 back to back, because those are the highest cars on the list at the moment. So it's time to go and look at a 296 and an 812 Superfast and decide which car Camille should get as her Ferrari.
That's tough, bro. Like I said, I find it like very, very attractive. My personal opinion, if a woman is into cars and is into gaming, I don't care what type of gaming or car you're into, because I love every car, some more than others, but I love every car. But yeah, I just find this shit attractive. Like that's a flex to me, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here, cause I do gotta edit before 12. I gotta edit and upload before 12 o'clock. Again, I appreciate y'all for getting me to 250. That was a milestone. 250 was a milestone for me last month, but I came up short. I was like either 6 or 7 away from 250, and to just think that I met my goal. I met my subscriber goal before like the first full week in a month. This month is crazy. Let the marathon continue, but like I always say, keep God first, because it will never be. Hold on, let me start over. Keep God first, because nothing on this planet is possible without Him. Keep your head up no matter what you're going through, because there's light at the end of every dark tunnel. If you're getting bullied, if somebody is downplaying you or disrespecting you in your character, stand up for yourself, and always tell the truth no matter what, because people will trust you a lot more if you tell the truth. Like my OG always say, like my pops always say, like my pops, my dad always say, every soldier got a story to tell, but it's your decision on how you want your story to be written. So when you served your purpose and God call you home, make sure you leave a legacy behind that can't be matched by nobody, not even your own spouse or your own kids. Even though, if you got a bad gut feeling about something, whether it's a bad gut feeling or a good gut feeling about anything, follow that gut feeling. That's God's way of showing you, or that is God's way of telling you that you're either doing something right or you're doing something wrong. And if you're doing something wrong, you need to either stop doing that, or you need to get away from that. Whatever that's causing you to have that bad gut feeling. What else? And don't be afraid to live your life to the fullest, but be careful while you're living your life to the fullest. A lot of times it'll be people out here that try to break you down for their own satisfaction, but don't allow it. Keep your head up and know that you're not in that alone. God sees everything, and God will handle it. Handle whatever comes your way in His time, and don't rush anything. Be patient. Everything. Success, you have to wait the longevity. Like, you have to wait a long period of time in order to see success. And if you give up on doing whatever you want to do with your life today, tomorrow could have been the time that you actually saw success. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to death. Thanks for the support. I'm also almost at 450 followers on TikTok, and I just reached over 800 followers on Instagram, just by doing the same thing I'm doing with my YouTube. So to whoever is new on all three of my platforms, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad to have you here. I hope you stick around, because it's just gonna keep my content is just gonna keep getting better and better every time you see me. Eventually I will transition into doing something totally different, but for right now I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing. Yeah, if you ever want to just stop by while I'm streaming, and just say anything, just know that it's a safe place. In my streams, my channel is a safe place. You can be yourself. If you're going through mental, if you're not having the best day and you need somebody to talk to, and I'm streaming and you want somebody to vent and talk to, you can always come to my chat, and just let out whatever you gotta let out, because I'm gonna hear you. I might not read your chat out loud, but I will see it. And yeah, it's safe. It's a safe environment. But yeah, let me get to editing. Let me get to editing. New videos out is coming tomorrow. New video will be out tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I will join an RP server tomorrow, or Discord, not server, but Discord tomorrow, and ask for my whitelist. If I end up getting the whitelist tomorrow, I will I will stream it, like stream me flying in. But yeah.